would you want that smoke against a leaguer right now?
No, I've been waiting for a leaguer to get in between them lines. But I feel like I would definitely like people. Like I know people, it's the NBA people. The NBA are in the NBA for a reason. Like they are talented in their own respect. But I feel like if I can get the right NBA player in between lines, I would shock a lot of people.
Welcome to the Playbook with MK. This podcast is about plays that winners make so that you can take those plays, add them into your own playbook, and start winning big. Today, we have one of Streetball's newest and most dangerous additions. They say he is the dean from Big Guard University. Now, I personally saw one of his clips a few months back. Absolutely viral. I reached out to him, and I absolutely knew that this guy would be 100% one of Streetball's favorites. Now, let me introduce you guys to Nas. What's good, brother?
How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yo, I remember I reached out to you on DM a while back, a few months ago now, and I knew it was from that one clip. I think it was that Slim Reaper's run, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you went absolutely viral. Can you talk to me a little bit about, your come up right now? Like just all the way from the beginning to now, where you're at.
I mean, it was really like just crazy how it happened, how fast I really like caught traction in the like social media and like internet community. It was just like I just came back from off season from overseas, went to hoop just to get my legs under me because I was on a cruise for a little while, and then I heard it was a part takeover. I pulled up and then like just showed out, and then ever since then like I ran with Slim in the Wild Hunt for a little while, and then I blew my name up in like one-on-one space. Like that's where I really kind of like excel in. So like one-on-one space was like kind of my thing, and I kind of like played a whole bunch of like hot names like Friga, Scar, Hezzy God, you know what I'm saying? Like just beat them, and then like my name just grew. And like with me, like the Big Guard and my brand, that's my brand. I started. People just like attached to it, and it was like so behind it so fast that it blew up quick. And you know what I'm saying, I kind of just ran with it from there.
Yeah, man, that's the craziest part about it all, how fast it can blow up. I remember people were in my comments and they're like, yo, play this guy, Big Guard you. And I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And then all of a sudden I saw that clip, and it's like crazy. One clip can literally change everything. Now, before all of the hype, before all the cameras, you were at Florida A&M, correct?
Yeah, I was at FAMU for 4 years. Yeah.
Okay, talk to me about your how did you end up at FAMU? Because I heard that's like a lit university now.
Yeah, I mean, it's HBCU. FAMU is in Tallahassee, Florida. I'm from Tampa, Florida. So like, I was getting recruited from a couple of different places, and FAMU was just more like, I mean, I went up there for homecoming and like fell in love with it from there. Like, if anybody know about FAMU homecomings, then you know like that's the biggest selling thing they can do. So once they took me up there for that, I was sold, and you know what I'm saying, the rest is history.
Yeah. Your school is now Nike and LeBron sponsored, I believe. Did you get to enjoy any of that? I know they have literally like their own pair of kicks and all that.
Oh no! I mean, when they got it, the sponsorship with LeBron right after I left. But like the coaches that was there, you know what I'm saying, always show love when I come back. They'll give me some shit.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on the LeBron 7s they did for your school? You seen them?
The 10s?
Or the 10s? The 10s.
Yeah. Nah, I ain't gonna lie, those are hard. Like, I got a pair, like the green and orange ones, but I need the newest ones that got like kind of like it's a different colorway. I need those.
So you pull up to the school and they just bless you free kicks like that?
Nah, yeah, because I done put my years in. I put my stripes in the program. You know what I'm saying? I'm a 4-year guy. I was there all 4 years. I was there before any of those coaching staff came. They came like my sophomore year, so they give me like my respect for that, and they make sure that I'm taken care of.
Are you? So you're from Florida, correct?
Well, I was born in Philly and moved to Tampa when I was real young.
Okay. So you kind of embrace that Florida kind of hooper, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So what part of America, in your opinion, produces the best hoopers?
Best hoopers, I say. I still say like up north, like north.
Say dead ass.
Yeah.
Okay. What state in particular produces the best hoopers? You got the pros, the street ballers, everything like combined. Which state would it be?
If it's a state, I would have to say New York or North Carolina.
That's a good take. I played in North Carolina. North Carolina
definitely got the hoopers. Like, I was there recently, and they just got a whole bunch of like
They got the quiet hoopers, bro. You don't know about these guys until you pull up there.
Exactly. Like I one of my boys, they from North Carolina, Rob, and like I did like some content out there, and it was like we were just playing against somebody, and I didn't even know who the kid was. He just looked young. Whole time he was the McDonald's All-American. I mean, not Gatorade Player of the Year in North Carolina. So it was just like kind of crazy how it was just like he didn't say nothing about it. He was just like trying to hoop. You know what I'm saying? And then the whole time he had his accolades kind of. You know what I'm saying, was stacked.
To me, it's crazy. Like you're a street baller now, essentially. That's what people think of you as. But you just said you kind of went to a run to get your legs up under you and stuff like that. So you actually played as a pro. Most people don't know that, or maybe they do. You played internationally, and I looked at some of your stats. Someone sent me your stat sheet, and it was like 40 a game. Like that's just ridiculous. What's that life like playing pro, averaging those type of numbers? Just dropping those type of numbers. Because I dropped 25, but 40 is like that's a little bit different. I'm not gonna lie.
When I was in Africa, I think I averaged it wasn't 40, but it was like 34 or something like that. But it was still high. Like it was crazy. But no, I had a good time out there. It was a short season. I came in like late in the season, but you know what I'm saying. It was just like they embraced me for who I am and how I play, and then they just let me do me. So
what's the hardest part? What's the hardest part? Yeah, about being overseas and playing out there.
It's like I feel like it's a mental thing. Like you have to be mentally prepared to be away from your family and like all loved ones for like a extended period of time. So and like to like really indulge your whole life at basketball. Like basketball is your whole life when you out there. But you know what I'm saying? Like other than that, like you know what I'm saying, I was loved by the city, and the island. Because I was on the island, but I was loved by the island. Basketball came easy. Like I always loved basketball, so it's like it don't feel like a job to me, but like I did miss my family and stuff back at home.
So you were all the way in Africa?
Yeah.
Holy smokes. But like I played in Costa Rica to just put some perspective into it. A lot of people, they play like, you know, in Europe and stuff like that. I
played in Europe after that.
Okay. Yeah. What was the difference like Africa to Europe, or was it not much difference at all?
It was definitely a big difference. Africa more is like, you know what I'm saying, like they it's only one or two Americans, so they gear like the offense towards you. And then in Europe is like it don't matter who you are, the system is a system. So you know what I'm saying, you're gonna come in and you're gonna adjust to our system, and then you're gonna excel in our system. And it's just like a whole different type of basketball. Like Africa more like, I'm saying, you can get busy, you can do your thing, rock out. And then Europe is more like, you know what I'm saying, you got to worry about, it's more like IQ things. Like you got to worry about like help side, like pick and rolls, things of that nature.
So the mixtape from the Africa season was just wild then.
Yeah.
The whole offense was.
No, Africa was lit. I ain't gonna lie. The reason my numbers were so crazy like that is because I had a 65-point game out there. So like, that was like it like boosted all my numbers to
walk me through the 65-point game, because that's ridiculous. As a pro, that's ridiculous.
I really couldn't even tell you like what like because myself like after I had the game, I was like, bro, what did I eat this day? And then like I was trying to like copy that for the rest of the season, like you know what I'm saying. Like, I was trying to like mimic like my whole pregame routine, like because whatever I did that day worked. You know what I'm saying?
Was it loud? Was it loud buckets or was it quiet buckets?
It was loud. Like it was definitely because like we needed every single one of those buckets because like we only won by like 5 or 7. Like it wasn't
a loud 65 is crazy.
Yeah, it was
loud.
Because I definitely made it more loud than them. Because once you get going, you know what I'm saying, like you start talking to the crowd, talking to all the players. You know what I'm saying? I was just like fully indulged into the game, and like I really didn't even know how much I had until after the game. Like somebody came up to me and told me like, bro, you just had 65, and I was like, wow. I never even touched nowhere near 65 before. Like that was, and it was crazy because like the rim just seemed so big to me. Like I feel like everything I shot was good. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. How was it adapting out there? Like just to like the culture and stuff like that. Was it a culture shock? Was it different? Was it like the same?
Africa was it wasn't that big of a culture shock. Like everything was cool. Like I probably like, but that's just like probably like the culture out there was kind of more like towards me anyway. But like Europe was definitely like a big culture shock.
Yeah, Europe's different, bro. Yeah. Europe's like major difference.
Yeah, so I definitely had like a major culture shock. But like even within their own sense, like it was cool. Like I'm saying, I got love in the city. Like they kind of once I got used to it, I was used to it. Like I'm really not a big coffee drinker, but like people out there drink coffee like it's candy.
No, I got you. Going forward into it, you kind of you're now in the States, right? Obviously, you're living there. The toughest players you've had to guard in your career, was there any in the NBA? Now just name them off.
If I had to say, I guarded John Morant. That was probably my toughest ever.
Ooh.
At Murray State, when I was in college, I played him.
Ooh,
And
he was nasty?
Back then. I ain't gonna lie, freshman year, once I played against him, and he had a triple-double against us. I'll never forget that. Like, that was the only freshman I ever seen, like, really drop a triple-double. And then once I played against him, I was like, he's gonna be somebody. And I just watched his progression through the summer when we went to, like, the CP3 camp and all that. And I realized, I played against this man. He really, like, one of the top draft picks next year. But
so what about that? Like, besides John Morant,
I played Mo Bamba at Texas.
Ooh,
that was something.
He's tough. He's different.
It's just you're not used to somebody that tall moving like that, and he just blocked everything. So and their whole team was just real tough. Like it was him, Roach. It was Jericho Sims. Like they had a whole bunch of
How do you shoot over someone like Mo Bamba as a guard?
I remember like we was going through pregame, and like one of our assistant coaches or one of our coaches like, you got to learn how to float. Like just learn to flow the game. And then other coaches like, you're not gonna block everything. And then like I just remember like they getting an argument about that because it was like, bro, he's gonna block everything. And they were like, no, he's not. But
so even big guard, you can't move him out the way and get a bucket.
No. Mo Bamba's different. Mo Bamba's different. Like that's a different. Like he just was a shot blocking enemy back there. And we had a 7-footer on our team, and like I guess him and like our 7-footer had like a bet, like whoever scored more points, and then like, I guess our 7-footer scored more points than him, so he like gave him like 3 pairs of shoes at the end. He came to our locker room and gave him 3 pairs of shoes after they busted our ass.
That's crazy. So you got John Morant and Mo Bamba as the 2 toughest guys that you've got to guard or play against. Then
that's like in college for sure. Overseas, that's probably like the 2 toughest like NBA players I've ever played against for sure.
Okay. Going to the streetball side of things, that's kind of where you're at right now. You talked to me about how that journey came to life, but I'm curious, like, how's it going now? I know you recently signed to Ball is Life, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. Talk to me about that journey, how that one came to life. So you came to the park, you're just kind of getting your legs loose, you're just hooping, and all of a sudden you blow up, right? When you blew up from there, were you like, I'm going to take this seriously?
At first I really wasn't. Like I was gonna do it as some like off season stuff before because I was in off season from my second year over in Europe. I was in the off season for that, and I was waiting for my next contract probably like in August, September. So I was just doing off season stuff like training, but then like also enjoying my like time while I'm not overseas and stuff like that. So I was going on cruises and stuff like that. So, but it was just like it happened so fast because Moon was somebody that was like known as the 1-on-1. Like God or whatever, so I played him and I beat him, and then that's when like they tried to put me on, the Slim and them put me on the Wild Hunt, and then like the next like probably like 2 weeks later, Frigga, TFM, and Wild Hunt was doing a collab and playing 1-on-1s, and I didn't have no 1-on-1 schedule, but when we walked in the gym and said like all the Wild Hunt people was backing me saying like, oh yeah, he the toughest in the gym, and Frigga was like, oh, you think that? So after I did that, they put me up against Scar. I don't know if you know him.
Of course. Scar is tough, man.
Tough. And I beat him, but I beat him kind of like bad. And it was just like, oh, like, who is this guy? So then the next day, the Frigga was like, since you beat him, you got to play me. And then I beat Frigga. And then after that, you feel me, it just blew up from there.
Give me your best 5 street ballers current.
Best 5 street ballers current without myself, right?
Nah, if you're like that, you include yourself in the list.
Oh, no. Well, I'm one. I'll say Frank in order or just 5?
Nah, just 5. I just need 5.
Just 5. I'll take me 1, 2, Frank Nitty, 3, Frigga, 4, Hoodie Kel.
Ooh, you're putting Hoodie Kel in there?
That's my guy.
Okay, Hoodie Kel's nice.
And 5. Sheesh. I'm gonna put my guy Moon in it.
Moon's tough.
Yeah,
okay, that's a good 5. I feel like when me, Showtime, and Frigga and Briz and all them were kind of doing it, it's a completely different scene now. It's becoming like you, Moon, like Frigga, like Kel, and Uncle Scoob. You know what I mean? So I'm rocking with it. I love watching it from the distance.
Sure.
I'm curious. You had leagues like the OBL happen. how does, if an NBA player were to go in there, how would an NBA player do in like a grimy one-on-one street ball circuit or just a street ball circuit?
If I was,
It's
if they would,
different. It's different, bro.
yeah,
It's different.
that'd be totally different. I don't know how like OBL and OBL rules is different. Like they just
Maybe
like
not the OBL, just in
yeah.
general. Like how would
But
how would
no,
a leaguer do in like the one-on-one and street ball circuit?
yeah, I mean it matters which one because like I understand they have pros and they have game, but like the atmosphere brings a whole different element to like the actual one-on-one game. It's not all about skills, about how you can absorb the energy or like if you like get scared of that energy. You know what I'm saying? Some people like they the cameras get out, the crowd get into it, and then they freeze up, and then some people.
Yeah.
But like you know what I'm saying, NBA players they used to playing in front of crowds, so I feel like they'll do good. But it's like it's a little more physical. 1-on-1 is like a lot more physical than 5-on-5.
And it's street ball too. Like
Right.
you get away with some shit. Like,
Yeah, you get away. So it's like I don't know if they like NBA they got soft, so they did. I don't know if they ready for all that it comes with. So I know some NBA player people are ready for it, but I don't know if all of them.
Well, put it this way. You're a guy that like I've seen your videos. I've seen there was one in particular. We're gonna get to that in a bit, where he was putting money up on you at the gym at the LA Fitness. And it was like, again, he wanted the money again. You're not the type of guy to back down from anybody. So I'm curious, like, and then you have Friga against Mario Chalmers almost winning, right? I'm curious, like, would you want that smoke against a leaguer right now?
No,
like,
I've been waiting for a leaguer to get in between them lines. But I feel like I would definitely like people. Like I know people. It's the NBA people. NBA are in the NBA for a reason. Like they are talented in their own respect. But I feel like if I can get the right NBA player in between lines, I would shock a lot of people.
I feel like a lot of the NBA though is connections. Like you're in there because of politics, because of connections. Obviously you can hoop, but there's a little bit of of politics in there. That came from Tracy McGrady himself. Let me give you a good one. Perfect matchup. You getting a bucket. How easy is a bucket on Trae Young?
See, Trae Young, like I just feel like he's too small.
Like you're little boying that. You're babying that shit.
I feel like that's a good matchup. I feel like I know he probably give me.
But guarding him though. So who's winning that? So who's winning that?
Nah, I definitely like me over him just because of the simple fact. 3 dribbles. We talking about 3 dribbles, right?
No. Unlimited.
Unlimited. Sheesh. Nah. Trae Young do get busy, but I feel like I can still win that. No, for sure. Trae Young would definitely make it like that'll definitely make it a lot more tougher. But in unlimited dribbles, I like me to, what I'm saying, give him a run for his money too. I'll be in Atlanta all the time, so if you want to set it up, set it up.
That's what's lacking in my opinion right now on the street ball scene is like people are scared of losing, getting exposed, and because of those two things, nobody's calling anybody out. What do you think right now is lacking in that street ball scene to blow it up?
No, I definitely feel like NBA players, they feel like their reputation is too high to like get outside with some of these like YouTubers, and people look down on YouTubers in general, periods. But I feel like if I can get me a matchup with a NBA player, like that will like start something new. Like I like when Devin Lab was doing it with Friga and all them guys, like that was like it was tough. Like and a lot of people tuned into it, but he had like a lot of like guys, like older guys or like ex NBA players. If he can get somebody actively in the NBA players to get out there. Or like if anybody can set up an active NBA player to get outside and play 1-on-1, like that's when you really can like that will change the scene for sure.
So what do you think is needed to kind of like light this scene back up? Because I personally like we need dogs like you, in my opinion. That's kind of lit it back up. So I'm curious, what would light it up again, the street ball scene?
This 1-on-1 thing is like revolutionary. Like everybody starting to move on to the 1-on-1 space. So I feel like we can get like a live crowd outside in a park, 1-on-1 versus NBA versus YouTuber or whatever you want to call it. That would be like the next big thing for the scene for sure.
Okay. If there's like one guy right now or anybody that you could think of, who do you think would be able to beat you in ones?
Beat me?
Yeah. Has anyone even beaten you right now or no?
I mean, yeah, I done lost a couple ones, you know what I'm saying? But if I had to choose like an NBA player, or you talking about just
honestly, I'm just curious. Have you lost? Like, who have you lost to?
Because I lost to Todd Glover in the King of the Court.
Oh shit! Okay.
And then I lost to Friga in like one of his little channel videos. So me and him 1-on-1 right now, actually.
Okay, you guys got to run that back up.
Nah, for sure. We trying to set up a third game. You feel me? Make it as hype as possible, and then make it like or a prize money, like a big one money prize at the end, whoever wins type thing. But
how do you feel about your opponents? Like, I don't know. I have this, like, just as from a viewer's perspective, I watch you in a gym, and I like to think that maybe you think your opponent's just like a shadow or something like that, because I saw some guy just throw up money against you twice, and like you just didn't give a fuck, and you were talking crazy. I'm curious, what do you look like? What do you think of your opponents when you face them? Like, is it just like I'm gonna stomp on you type shit? Like,
yeah, like I show no mercy. Like I make sure, like, you know, I separate myself from a lot of I show you that you should have never even like took this match up. You know what I'm saying? Like I have that mentality. This like how I always been. Like I feel like, you know what I'm saying, like before I was always an underdog, so like I had to prove myself. And even like as like I'm gaining status, I always keep that mentality. Like I gotta prove myself every time, so I'm trying to beat somebody by as much as I can. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, no, that's how I am. I know you've probably seen my stuff on the court.
No, for sure.
How bad the beefs can get. I'm curious your personal experiences. How have they been with like crazy shit talkers or some sort of violence on the court?
But in the past, like, I mean, it's like it's been a good energy. Like I like that's what I'm saying. Like I feed off of that, so like that don't really bother me. So when the people start talking to me crazy and stuff like that, like it's gonna make me play better, because then I'm like, especially when the crowd talk to me crazy, like I'm gonna score and then I'm gonna talk to you. I ain't even gonna talk to one guard. I'm talking to the crowd. Like y'all really think he like can mess with me, or like this is who y'all think is good? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just to show you, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm better than who you think I can be.
Yeah.
So that's really my mentality every time I line up against somebody, and I try to like just like beat everybody as bad as I can type thing.
Are you like, you genuinely believe like you're him out of everybody?
Nah, for sure. I feel like in this one-on-one space, like there's very few people that can fuck with me, and even if you can, like I'm gonna win more than I lose for sure. So I feel like I'm really, when it comes to one-on-ones, like I'm that guy for real.
I have a bunch of guys like that I know that I'm kind of breeding up that would itch to play you. Are you the type of guy that would dodge smoke from anybody?
No, I don't dodge smoke for nothing. I just, you feel me? If the scene is right and it makes sense, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? So we can do it.
You have a passport or no?
I got a passport for sure.
Ooh, he's coming to Canada. Everybody watch right now. He's coming to Canada. He's coming to Canada. Who would you call out right now if you could play someone once? There's like anybody.
Anybody?
Yeah, anybody.
It would be an NBA guy for sure, and it would be, if I had to choose, I got two people that I've been eyeing, and it's Lance Stevenson and it's Dion Waiters. Those are my two that I really want, just because they bigger guards and like they match me physically, and like they got so much respect. Like they done got buckets in the league, and they, you feel me, like they are really like verified when it comes to even on that type of level. So those are two people that I definitely was looking forward to playing.
I'll tell you what, I would love to see, number one, you against John Morant. Run it back.
Yeah, for sure. If I get a chance to play John, you know, and John, like, you know what I'm saying, he outside. So if I get a chance to play John, that would be tough.
But you wouldn't dodge that at all. Like, you'd
no,
be about it.
That would be over both of those people I just named. Like me versus John Morant, that'd be tough. If that can happen, let's make it happen.
And I'd like to see you and me team up in a 2v2 against some other two. That would be some big guard type shit.
The energy me and you would bring against like a 2 versus anybody would be like,
that's demon shit right there.
That's some demon shit for sure.
All right, how do you feel about dunks in a 1v1? Because I've been seeing Moon lately, Sfriga, Hoodie Kell trying some. I know myself. Is throwing them down easy? Like, are you able to get those off, or is it kind of complicated?
Dunks in a 1v1. If you doing that, like you an elite type person, because like the space, especially how physical you get. If you can do that, like the space, and that first you got to hit them with a move that like you got to lose them completely, and then like you got to be able to explode fast enough that they can't recover. So like with that physicality, if you could dunk in a 1-on-1, and
you're able to, right?
Yeah, I could dunk in a 1v1.
Okay, cool.
I done dunked in a couple, but you know what I'm saying, like not all of them, because the physicality is just different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What's you put money on any of these games or no?
I know for sure. Most of my games are for money. I don't really play like without it being for money, just because like
Ooh, I
it
like
ups
that.
the stakes. It ups the stakes and it changes like you know what I'm saying. Sometimes like one-on-ones it just be friendly one-on-ones, but if you put
Hell
money
yeah.
on it, you are gonna get the best out of everybody. Like
Those are the most dangerous one-on-ones because I've played for no money and I'm kind of like, just fooling around, and that's where I'll get quote unquote exposed or I might lose.
right.
But when it's like now I only play a minimum of like $10,000 unless it's like a good match, I'll do it for 5K if it's an exception.
Yeah.
So what's the minimum amount you're playing for in a one-on-one?
In a one-on-one,
Yeah.
just versus anybody random.
Anybody.
I ain't gonna lie, I'll be outside. Like I don't got a big price. Like if it get over 2K, I'll play anybody. You know what I'm saying? But if it's like for 10K, hell yeah, I play anybody too. Like I want to give me a 10K matchup. Like, set up the playbook with MK. You know what I'm saying? Playmaker hoops. Let's make it happen.
So you would play for a 10-band game?
Definitely. I'm looking forward to playing for a 10-band game forever.
I think I could set that up for you.
Let's make it happen.
How do you feel about 2v2s on the scene right now? Because that's something alongside the 1v1s that's going crazy.
Yeah, me and Moon was like kind of known as the best duo on YouTube. And then now me and Duke been about to start doing 2-on-2s as well. So you feel me? I got two good partners that I can do 2-on-2.
Yeah. So you would say you two are the toughest 2v2 duo on the net?
That's the bet. That's for sure. I'm trying to set it up where we starting to play other creators 2-on-2, so we trying to make something happen. But yeah, for sure. Me and Duke right now. Anybody want to smoke with 2-on-2, then just holla at me.
So you're kind of like you're I wouldn't say giving up on the pro dream because obviously you could play pro right now, but are you kind of focused like hone in on like Streetball right now?
I just say I had offers to go back overseas, like Greece, Germany, and places that like I was like, and during the off season I was like those are like my target markets. Like I wanted to go, but with the like how fast I exploded and came on the scene, I just wanted to see how far I could take it on here. So you know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing like being back home in the States with your peoples and then like still doing everything, like still getting paid to play basketball. Like that's my ultimate goal. Like basketball is more than a hobby for me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm at the level where I can get paid and be elite player on any like platform. If it's YouTube, if overseas, if it's in the league, I feel like I can produce. So
I agree.
That's my goal, just to get paid for doing something that I love to do anyway.
You got a lot of people that want to be in your position right now. There's a lot of people who want to be like you or want to be like me who are trying to post, who are trying to break the scene. What do you recommend to anybody trying to crack the scene?
I say like the biggest thing is be you. Like I feel like one thing I never let myself do is like do something that was like not me or do something that out of my element to like get clicks or to be like on the scene or get like views and stuff. I feel like I've always been me, and I feel like my viewers and my supporters kind of like realized that in me, and like they always knew like, you know what I'm saying, like he always was himself, and you know what I'm saying, like and that was like what attached to me, because like you ain't gonna get nothing like where like I'm trying to do something extra for views, but if you got the talent and production, like you can make it anywhere. You just gotta stay true to who you are, and people will see that. So that's my advice.
Talk to me about Big Guard U.
Big Guard U, that's my brand. We got shirts available, you know what I'm saying? We've been I've been selling merch for like probably like almost 6 months now, and we've been doing real good. Like it's a movement. So I'm trying to start a movement. It's about like guards who are bigger, or you feel me, stronger than people are used to, and they're not used to you moving like that. So they like already want to move you to like a forward or even like a different sport like football. I get to ask if I'm a forward player every day. You know what I'm saying? And like I was just like, nah, like I play basketball. I just, you know what I'm saying? Like my build is an advantage rather than a weakness. People that my size can't really hoop or don't got like finesse 100%, to their game.
100%.
But it's really like it's a guard, it's a big, and then there's a big guard, and that's the movement I'm trying to help. So like even like
how has that brand been going for you right now?
It's been going good. Like I get recognized everywhere I go as big guard. You know what I'm saying? People who like have been like latching onto it, like trying to like start their own movements and like also like tagging Big Guard U into things like that, just to like, you know what I'm saying, expand like so it's getting the views and like it's getting the exposure that I wanted to do. So hopefully we can keep going up, and you know what I'm saying, it'd be a global thing one day.
I appreciate having you on. We kind of went through everything from pro to crack in the street ball scene, the social media scene, 1v1s, how they're blowing up right now, 2v2s. We definitely need to start getting some league matchups. We need some leaguers to start getting in this because I feel like
if Playmaker guys happen, like let's make it happen.
That's why I'm with Playmaker. That's a massive reason why they definitely have the strings to pull. I definitely feel like you would be a killer in those ones, and I definitely feel like the guys like Ty Glover, like guys like Moon, guys like myself, like I would love to go against those guys. I don't dodge any smoke because at the end of the day, you'll lose a matchup, and that's fine. You can run one back. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You can run one back. People lose in boxing all the time, but I go in there personally, and that's why I got you on the pod today, is because I know you go into these matchups like me where we're not expecting to lose. We're not dodging any smoke. You know what I mean? So I appreciate having you on. Is there any other things you'd like to say to the viewers on the MK channel?
I just want to say, for me, I appreciate all the love and support y'all have given me over these like few months that I've been on the scene. I'm saying Big RU got big things on the way, so y'all stay tuned and I'm saying copy merch for me, the movement going up.
I definitely need one of those, bro. I think I'm fit for Big Guard.
Send me your address. I'll make sure I got to you.
We're in Big Guard U officially, guys. Let's
get
it.
Sure.
I appreciate having you, bro, and we'll be back with another episode. You guys go follow my boy. You guys know he's doing big things, so we're excited and appreciate Playmaker for putting this on. See y'all next week.
We ready. Y'all look nervous. Breathing out heavy. Look, we gon' keep it going till it's raining confetti.